Persona. I wanted to share some insights that I have had in creation of persona, in speaking and communication, how we shape our being and ourselves by setting a frame, how we work, how we communicate with our audience and with the world. And I will show you a little presentation so you will get a better hang on what is going on. I try to wrap it up in 25 minutes. It's a deep knowledge, it's deep shit, you know. And all the things that I'm going to say, if you apply them in your life, you will become a better communicator, a better speaker, and you will understand a deep secret of creating relationships, creating a marketing opportunities, creating a better social environment, and having a network that is supporting you and all that you're doing. So let's get started. I put the screen share on and then we can roll. So now you should see my screen, and so here, creation of persona. And we will delve deeper in our group Alchemy of Voice to the topics of speaking and communication. You can join the waitlist down below. So let's get started. So today we are framing ourselves. So what means a frame? I will begin from the beginning. So each human wishes to be free. When a child is born, child is addicted to the parent, but eventually one realizes that it wants to become an autonomic individual being who is not contradicted by someone else. And that lifelong search begins when we are born. It's like the dance of yin and yang, as life is full of freedom and boundaries. We are set in our social, in our inhabited boundaries. So our family, our relationships, the home where we are living, the social environment, are we rich or poor, what kind of education we are going to receive. It's all a frame and a boundary, which gives us opportunities to express ourselves and also opportunities to grow, to pass them. Because usually when a person is feeling unsatisfied in their life, it's because they have inherited programs that are inhibiting their growth. It can be a lack of wealth consciousness. It could be lack of autonomy, being too dependent on person's parents or friends, etc. Having lack of knowledge, lack of skills, or being educated in a way that the person is programmed to do 8 to 5 job, being in the rat race. So there are many programs that may be affecting us. And my mission is to bring you out of your programs, that you can speak your truth, you can communicate your true message, your true being, your autonomous self who is respecting its boundaries. So the physical body and the framework that we are living in. But when we learn to respect the boundaries we are living in, we are able to grow out from there and set the stage to ourselves. Because when we create relations, we are able to find new people who will help us to grow and become better versions of ourselves. So, what is a performance? You can just pause this video for a minute and contemplate what is a performance. So, my take on performance is a showcase of our personal unique abilities. That's a performance in a nutshell. A showcase of our personal unique abilities. So it can be spectacular insights in living and communicating it. It can be a dance, it can be a song, but it can be also a sales pitch. Yes, and it can be also a demonstration of your house or someone else's house. So we are showing something that is really unique to us, that is natural for us to share something, something that is natural for us to share. Easy and simple as that. And before creating a frame that is supporting us, we must understand what is a persona. So persona, for example, is this Simo, who is on this very moment communicating with you and speaking to you. And funny thing is that I just noticed that I'm I'm accidentally logged in to my wife's Zoom. So you are seeing my wife's name communicating with you. Happens. But yeah, this is my persona that is giving ideas and thoughts out to you. And my persona is shaped to my audience. So my persona changes when I'm interacting with my children, with my wife, with my relatives. I'm really different person than this one who is speaking to you on this very moment. With my relatives, I can be really quiet and contemplative. With my wife, I'm really talkative and naughty and silly. And with my children, I'm just like really stubborn or really funny. It's always different. We choose the persona according to the frame. And soon we will go through seven personas for speaking, the archetypes. 7 this time, because 8 persons, they create a group consciousness. When there's more people than 8, but for example 9, then the group becomes into pieces. 3 people together, 4 people, and the loner, etc. So, and 7 archetypes is because the one is the initiator, the one who creates the group or the company, the enterprise. So for example, I am creating an enterprise, a team around me. I need 7 people with those abilities that my alchemy of voice group and or school will work out. And of course, introvert and extrovert, they are myths. It's like black and white. Yes, black and white, there is. Like on this slide, you see black and white. But looking at the world as black and white is a huge mistake that can cost us many years of education. So introvert and extrovert are just some qualities in different situations where we can summarize them, but it's not the whole setup. So the 7 archetypes. Oh, there's a mistake that in the 7 personas is in Estonian. I will say it to you because it's a beautiful language that J.R.R. Tolkien based his one elven language. He based it in Finnish and on Estonian epics. So seitse isiksuse arhetyyppi. So it's a beautiful language. But so 7 personas. So the first one is the leader. The voice of a leader is firm, authoritative, and low voice. One really great speaker who was a leader was Winston Churchill. He had those famous short sentences and speeches. Like he could have had 1 hour of time to speak, but he summarized it all up with 1 or 2 sentences. That's the leader who does not have to speak for too long. Or prior to recording this video, Donald Trump got shot to his ear. There was an attempt of assassination, and When he was dragged off from the stage by his security, he was just raised his hand like, I will show you. That's an authoritative figure. That's someone who has this presence and authority and who is able to convey his message with few words. That's the leader. So next one is the meditator, one who is calm, balanced, and empathetic. Someone who is able to meditate the situations. For example, someone is trying to jump off from a bridge and that person is there. Okay, are you sure you want to jump off the bridge? What about your parents? Do you miss them? But this life, you could have children. The meditator is trying to understand, is always calm and goes into the depth or into the feeling of another person. So the innovator is like, for example, the Steve Jobs, like we have this iPhone, it's so beautiful. Someone who is energetic, enthusiastic, and fast-paced, just giving out his ideas and showing the world the great vision into the future. And the next one is the protector, who is someone who is trying to defend someone. For example, you get in a way of argument, two people are arguing and you decide to defend one. It happens sometimes with children when someone has done something bad to another child. Then you are like firm, reliable, with a strong voice. Or like the security in the nightclub, you're trying to get in with your handbag that is prohibited. Like, oh, can I take my handbag? No, no handbags. But I have bottle. No bottles. No personal drinks. No entry. It's just firm, short, and strong. And you understand it. No entry. No drinks. No handbags. Sit down. Sit down or I will charge at you. The last chance. Sit down. You see. So, and the next one is the networker, the one who's sociable, like socializing with a bunch of people, with you and you and you, and being is engaging and with this charismatic voice that we are great, we have the greatest platform in this world. All the people have come here and they are ready to take the next great leap into the future. And then there's the analyst. I was once in Croatia in this meeting where people were creating a community platform, and it was run by three German scientists and one English communicator. But those German scientists, they were so boring. They were just methodical, precise, clear, and slow. So the meeting lasted around 6 hours. And by the end of the meeting, I still did not understand what was going on, what they were talking about. The communities of future are the sitemap for a balanced and neutral and cohesive future for the changing climate of the education system that has been unwillingly been changed for the sake of all the people who were inherited a new opportunity to speak by the council of the members. Did you understand anything? I did not. So it's quite precise, but you must be in the topic to understand it. And the sage, he's someone who is calm, thoughtful, and wiseful, and wisdom comes from his voice. When you imagine a druid, an old man with a beard, or a Santa Claus, ho, 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 giving you an advice, taking a moment to think on his experiences in life, contemplating, and then saying few wise words. Luke, use the Force. Yes, like in the Star Wars. The Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first 3 episodes. Luke, use the Force. That's really wise. Or the anti-sage, you see, Luke, join the dark side. We have cookies. Join the dark side. We have cookies. You know? Yeah. That's also great advice. So the archetype offers the tone to the frame. Framing is based on the experience of the self. The framing is based on the life experience of the subject. So for the frame, we need our support network and our social network. The support network is the network where we come from. For example, my wife is selling essential oils, doTERRA. You can find her out. She's really smart in that topic. And she has her support network. So all the people that are following her and supporting her message. And she does posts. So Facebook, that is supporting her. Her primary workplace, Facebook. That's a support network. And sometimes she makes events or lectures, and she makes them in Zoom. So another support network. And from there, she does one-to-one presentations. She has 10 oils. She does a presentation of 10 oils, and that's also her support network, the supporting system that is supporting her to do the business. And for that, she needs a social network. So all the people who are interested in her products and services. So it's work-wise. So social network, it has three types. The first one is the family, the close relations. The second one is the acquaintances and friends. And third one is the work related. And they all can mingle together. But when we are able to differentiate between them, we are able to make more clearer decisions. And when we understand our frame, we can set the tone. We can choose which archetype we are using. And we can mingle 2 or 3 archetypes together. For example, I'm on this very moment a leader, an innovator, and maybe something else as well. So I'm fast-paced, but I'm giving you precise information, concrete guidance to your desired outcome. And when we are able to understand our frame, we are able to make our offers. We are able to find those pieces that we are trying to communicate to people. For example, I have my social network, and I made a Facebook post on this day when I was recording this video, that I'm looking for people who want to join a social adventure, that we will be supporting each other with our posts on social networks, that we will be liking and sharing and commenting. And I got around 20 people jump on board immediately. So I offered them a service, and I had the tone. My archetype at that moment was a social networker. I was socializing, and I had this idea. I had an offer. I had shaped them a boat or a frame into which they could jump. So I made an offer in my framing, in my Facebook page, that people can jump into my frame. That's a secret group of marketing. So that was my tone. And you can analyze which people you are speaking to. So for example, you can take some topics or themes that you are going to present to them, and you're like a doctor, you're a scientist. You will begin to experiment which kinds of content your network is willing to take on. And sometimes we have to grow out from our network and find out new ways of expressing our inherited wisdom, or the thing that we are sharing. So when you understand your frame, you're able to shapeshift your frame. You're able to jump into another frame. You are able to change the tone that you are speaking. But sometimes it takes time to build up a new social network, or you can do But when you're a master of understanding it, you can also run ads to get a new audience, for example, in YouTube, in Facebook, in TikTok, or you can start using a new platform. And there are many proven strategies that you can use to grow your audience. But one of the most important things is the persistence. But another thing is a paid promotion. Do not underestimate the power of paid promotions. And then there's this amazing thing that you can do quizzes, a score app. You make a questionnaire and you make a marketing offer to people and they fill the questions and you get their email address. And you can also shape shift your audience step by step, slowly shifting from one topic to another. For example, I shape shifted my mailing list because they were following me for my persona, for my energy, not for my offer. So you are always the center of your offer. So my mailing list was centered around food and raw food, actually, education, how to eat more raw. And I started shifting it into the speaking and into the expression of voice. So eventually some people dropped off, but I was able to grow an even larger mailing list because my offer was more aligned with me, with my true purpose and mission. And people were still following me, the old ones also, because of my energy, because of my message, of my authenticity. So always follow your pleasure, your tone, and your authenticity. And it's all about sensing the audience. Your personal style captivates your audience, and from there you shape them. And there's one trick of speaking to your audience. It's like, I'm speaking to you, the one person behind that camera. As you are my audience. It's not like I'm speaking to you and you and you and you. No, I'm speaking to you personally, who you are there watching. And please let me know in the comments how will you utilize all this information in your own life, in your practical ways of communication and shaping your offers and in marketing and in your personal relationships. So engage your audience with questions, of course. And communication consists of three things. It's about your body language, how you show up with your body, your words, the use of words, and your vocabulary. The simpler it is, more profound ideas you can transfer, and your personal energy, the field that you're radiating out. And I have one exercise homework for you. Do it every day. It has given me a lot of insights. And it helps me to clean up my mind from all the stuff that's going on, all the social media, the relations. You find a sit spot, preferably outside somewhere, in the garden, in a park, where you go every day and you sit there at least 15 minutes all year round. You just observe how the leaves in the trees are, the ants roaming around, maybe some people passing by. Maybe it's a cafe where you are sitting every day and drinking your coffee and experiencing the surroundings. So sit spot is all about experience. And when you're able to experience the surroundings, you are able to shape a new vision and you're able to gather your thoughts and get new insights into your practice. It's like meditation, but it's more pleasant, more easier, and you can drink your coffee when you're sitting on your sit spot. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I crossed the 25 minutes now, so that was a short form for you to study and become better. So subscribe and join the waitlist that you can find in the description. Hopefully we will meet again. And I will stop the screen share and wish you all the best. Goodbye.